To begin sewing, you're going to need a piece of newsprint, 2 different colors of felt, a stapler with some staples, some fabric scissors, and then some regular scissors to cut paper with. We are going to begin by making a pattern. A pattern in sewing is what we use to shape the fabric. So I make this drawing and I cut it out and then I trace it onto the fabric. So I'm going to start off with an animal, and I decided that I'm going to make a cat. I want to make my animal as big as I possibly can because when it comes to sewing, bigger is easier and better. So right now I am working on the head, the arms, going to work on those legs, and I'll probably do the tail later. Again, notice how the pattern is big. The ears are wide at the base as well as the arms and the legs, and the arms and the legs are wide. They're like about 2 or 3 fingers wide each. We need to make sure that our pattern is big enough because we're going to be sewing and then stuffing our pattern. As stuffed toy designers, we always need to think about what the end part is going to look, what techniques we're going to use, and what materials we are going to use, and that should guide the way we make our drawing. Again, try not to make your pattern too small, like this little guy. Since we are designing, we need to really think about what it is that we're doing. So right here, I'm showing you some common mistakes that kids make when they make their pattern. I'm going to point out some problems with this pattern. First of all, the neck is too skinny. If we keep the neck like this when we cut out our pattern, the neck is going to be separated from the body. This arm has a similar problem. The joints, or the places where the arms and the legs join the body, need to be wide enough to allow us to sew around the joint and then to stuff it. Skinny parts of your pattern drawing will be a problem when we get to sewing and stuffing. You need to make sure that each part of your design is wider than 2 or 3 fingers so that you will be able to stuff each part. Now that we are done with our design, I'm going to go ahead and just write my name, Miss Salas, right here on the body of my creature. And then I'm going to get some paper scissors, those regular scissors that you have with you in the classroom, and I'm going to cut out my pattern. You should have already chosen 2 different colors of felt. I chose yellow and orange. Yellow is the front, orange is the back. And right now I'm going to staple my pattern onto both pieces of felt all together in like about 3 places, on the top, on the bottom, and then like on the side towards the middle. And then I'm going to take my fabric scissors and I'm going to cut the felt around the pattern so that my felt comes out shaped like the pattern. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my scrap felt aside, and I'm going to take my stuffy and I'm going to remove the pattern from my stuffy without taking the staples out of all the layers because I want the yellow and the orange pieces to still be stapled together. So you might rip your pattern a little bit, but that's okay. You just go ahead and take it off. So here's the front side of my stuffy and here is the back side of my stuffy. Right now I'm ready to sew.